What's going on, guys? One of the best shows on YouTube has to be the Fresh and Fit podcast. I would say, out of all the shows on YouTube, I would say, no, not I wouldn't say shows, but podcasts or YouTube channels on the internet. Fresh and Fit, they're like top tier, man. We got Kevin Samuels, we have Donovan Sharp, Better Bachelor, Rollo Tomasi, Alpha Male Strategies, Mr. Lacario. Coach Greg Adams. We got like a whole bunch of men out there putting out very good red pill content. But Fresh and Fit. And the reason why I would say Fresh and Fit are popular is because they're pretty much speaking to the younger crowd. You know what I'm saying? It's like, like the college age men, in their early 20s or mid 20s. So that's one of the main reasons why I think the show's like real popular on YouTube, because it speaks to like the current generation that's going on now. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the red pill content creators, I love the brothers to death, but they kind of like, old. I won't say they're old, but they're kind of like up there in age. You know what I'm saying? But like Myron Gaines and Brother Fresh, they're like in their 20s, early 30s. So they're pretty much speaking to the current generation that's going on now, the youth of today. So that's why their channel's blowing up. You know what I'm saying? But the reason why I'm making this video is because Brother Myron, he made a very interesting point that I've always been trying to make concerning how like religious people or people of the older generation give advice to young people, thinking that it will work. A lot of the old fashioned advice, just be patient. The right girl's gonna come. Just be patient. Just pray to Jesus. God's gonna send you a beautiful virgin and all this kind of stuff. That's not realistic. And I would say that idealism makes you stupid, which actually I didn't come up with that. I give credit to a TFM for that. The old idealistic notion of Rollo Tomasi calls it one-itis. There's like this perfect woman out there, perfect girl out there for you, as long as you stay a virgin, pray to Jesus, be patient, and all this kind of bullshit. That doesn't work today. You know what I'm saying? And in this clip right here that I'm about to play, Myron, he broke it down like, man, he nailed it. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to show you the clip.
What she was defining was sexism, when we could bring up sexism here in a second. Chris, can you pull it up in another tab, the definition of sexism, and we'll go into that. But yeah, I'm while Chris pulls that up, I'll read some super chats as well.
Ken M, $20. She manipulated the video and used strong language with nothing to back it up. Women like her are dangerous to society, and that's scary. My husband and I was shocked watching this. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Yo, imagine marrying a girl like that, bro. Bro, you would be in the dirt, bro. Like, that's crazy, man.
That's where we live in, man. That's where we live in. So here's a definition of sexism, guys. If we can enlarge that real quick, because I'm blind. Prejudice, stereotyping, or discrimination, typically against women on the basis of sex. So what she really meant to say is sexism is what I think she meant to get at, because clearly there's no grounds for misogyny. I mean, hell, let's be real. Them being on the podcast in itself already proves we're not misogynists.
Yep.
If you're a misogynist and you hate women, why you would never even think to bring them on your platform? You would just talk smack and never have them on.
And secondly, they would never come back. The girl was hurt twice already.
Yeah.
So it's like,
yeah. So if we're misogynists, we would never have women on the show.
Yep.
That's number one. So what I think she meant to say was we're sexist. And I always said on this podcast anyway, okay, reality is sexist.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? The thing is this. People women typically, not all, but a lot of women want to call things sexist when it doesn't benefit them, but they want to call it equal when it does benefit them. I'm going to say that again. Slow that down. It's sexist, right? if you say, you know what, I'm not tolerating you not having sex, I'm not tolerating this bad behavior, you got to leave. But it is not sexist if I take her on a date, I pay for the date, I hold the door open for her, when I pick her up from the car, from her on a date, I open the car for her, I open doors for her, I put a chair out for her. That's sexist as well. But guess what? She benefits from the sexism. So she ain't going to call you a sexist there. She's going to call you a gentleman. But when you give her treatment, right, that isn't necessarily to her benefit, it's sexist. So they like to pick and choose when they want to call you a sexist. And the reality is, the world is sexist. Reality is sexist. The fact that we have two different standards in the military for women is sexist. The fact that women get into clubs for free while men have to pay is sexist. It's just that we don't label these things sexist because when women benefit, they shut their mouths. But when they don't benefit, they want to scream sexism, patriarchy, misogyny, etc. That's the difference, guys. They want equality on different. They want equality, but they don't want to deal with the consequences of equality, which is being treated as an equal regardless. You know, they still want the female privileges, right, of traditionalism, while also simultaneously getting the equality. And it doesn't work that way. You can't have it both ways.
Yep.
You know, absolve yourself of one responsibility, but then get a benefit of the same thing. So,
20 and up.
Okay, 20 and up, guys. Sika and Yang, been a while since I've been able to watch the show. Here's money for Myron's future hair plugs. Thanks so much. And then y'all gotta get rich to a reaction to this. That's from NL Coach. Thank you so much.
All right. JQ Nelson Films, $20. You follow Redhead, but she doesn't follow you back. Not sure if you know this. Just looking out in case she uses that against you. Okay. Obos Ikini, 1699. Greeting from New Zealand. You guys held frame nicely last night. Keep it up. Doing things we can't do in the workplace. There you go. Lord Ill, last night $50 donation that calls himself a real man. Agreed with Red and spoke on sex. Be a spiritual connect for women and use trigger words like invading a woman's temple, exposing himself as a weak beta male simp. Possibly, yeah.
Yeah. No, I saw that. See, the thing is that guy that
agreed.
Yeah. That guy that agreed. We have no problem with that. Like, I get what he's saying, but he's using a traditional definition for modern day women that are no longer traditional. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to have that, because here's the thing, guys, you got to understand, especially for all the religious guys out there that like, oh, well, a woman's body is her temple, blah, blah, blah. That works if the woman that you're dealing with is traditional and a virgin, whatever it is. Cool. Apply that rule. But let's be honest here.
In the West?
Most women aren't.
Yeah.
So just like I said before with the used cars salesman analogy, why should a man pay full price for a car that's been driven around for free? Like, you got to get with some of these like religious guys that have been married for a while. You got to get with the times, my man. You guys can't give old school rules to new school guys that are dealing with new school problems.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
How about you go back into the dating market? You find a girl just like that.
Yeah.
How about you find that?
Yeah. So, because we had another guy come in and say, Myron, I disagree with your advice that men need to have sex with 50 girls. And I, and then he said, well, I married my wife as a virgin at 20. I said, with all due respect, what you go through is not the reality for most men.
Yep.
That type of advice is unicorn advice. And on top of that, advising men to operate that way in today's sexual marketplace
dangerous.
Is destructive. If I tell a guy, hey, save your virginity, wait for the right girl, whatever, what's going to happen? They're going to be able to leverage sex against you even more because you're not sexually experienced. You don't know how women operate. So what's going to happen? You're sexually inexperienced. She's sexually experienced. She's going to run circles around you. She's going to start manipulating you for sex because you don't know better. Bam, you're getting finessed all day. And as a matter of fact, that goes down anyway right now. Look at all the sugar daddies out here. Look at all the guys that are simping on girls that don't like them. Men are already at a huge disadvantage at this point from it. So we can't use old school lenses for new school problems. So that's my only issue with the religious guys. Guys, you are lucky and blessed to be able to find a woman that was a virgin due to religion. The average guy can't operate like that though, man. And it's downright destructive for them to operate that way because it sets them up for failure. You're setting them up to go into a gunfight with a fucking butter knife. That's what you do when you tell a guy who's in a modern day sexual marketplace to look for women that are old school like you, bruh. They don't make women from that cloth anymore. So, Isaac Lance, $20. Hey, Myron Fresh, you guys did a fire job going back and forth.
What Myron said is like bringing a butter knife into a gun battle. You know what I'm saying? He was totally 100% correct. Because the old-fashioned morality that our grandparents went by, our parents lived by, the old-fashioned advice. Even though they might have been sincere, they were trying to like guide young men to find a good woman. It doesn't work nowadays, unfortunately. In most cases, it doesn't work. So the old notion of just be a gentleman, work hard, be chivalrous, what I'm saying, hold the door for the lady, pull out chairs, give her flowers and candy. That doesn't work in 2021. It doesn't work in the 21st century, unfortunately. You know, so, but he was right though. In this day and age, you just got to deal with reality, and the reality is that women are not who they used to be back in the day. So it comes down to like the good men out there. Good men just have to adapt. But that's all I had to say on that. And if you want to watch Fresh and Fit, I'll leave the link below to the YouTube channel. Subscribe to them, and support the brothers. Subscribe to the Patreon, and the brothers, brother Myron, brother Fresh. They put in the good work, the hard good work that's needed, to repeal men out there. All right, guys, that's all I got to say. Make sure that you comment, like, and subscribe, and peace.
The way it come is so profile. Now let's see, how many horses in this merry-go-round? Is it me? What do we have to do to cope when things ain't easy? Cause the same things that hurt me be the same things that please me. I reach for the sun and I give thanks for a change season. Water, earth, wind, and fire, so many reasons to build